All right, good morning and welcome to another session with Coach Ray, the market trader. Um, just want to kind of review our risk disclosure before we get started here. So just want to remind everyone that the content that's contained herein, published and distributed by the market trader, is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice and offered to recommend, endorse, sponsor any future security, company, or fund. Use of the information is to be used at your own risk, and the company, its partners, representatives, agents, employees, and contractors assume no responsibility or liability for any misuse or misuse of such information. Future trading does contain a fair amount of risk. It is not for every investor. Investor could potentially lose all or more of their investment capital. Only risk capital money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle should be used when trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Again, nothing contained herein isn't intended as investment advice, an offer to buy, sell futures, options, or Forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so now that we've gotten through the risk disclosure guide, go ahead and start off by reviewing the news here for today. Okay. So for those that are new to me, I basically do a pre-market analysis to support the review and analysis of the futures market, to basically locate levels and opportunities in the market that we can take advantage of. Okay, so looking at the news here, guys, we have trade balance report report out. Okay, so it looks like we are in the positive there, above expectations. U.S. JOLTS job openings report coming in at will be coming in here at 10 a.m. We have some ISM on services coming in. We have 10-year note yields, bid to covers coming in at 1 p.m. Okay, and then we have the standard option expiration that comes in at 10 a.m. Eastern time on a daily basis. So any European options that have exposure to futures have the potential of causing the futures to move. Okay, so that's something to be aware of as well. Okay. All right. So now that we've gotten through the risk disclosure and the news, let's go ahead and start off by reviewing the charts here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off, if I can locate it, with the gold market. There it is. Kind of move this up to the top here if I can. Easier to see. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and start off with the gold market. Okay. Okay. We're going to go ahead and remove some of our indicators here that we don't need for the purposes that I'm about to undertake here. So we'll just turn all these off for now. Well, visual range will turn off as well. Okay, so we're just trying to get a feel for what the market is trying to accomplish. Okay, so we can see that the market of late has been trying to make higher highs and higher lows, and today we have a rather strong developing bullish candle to the upside. Okay, so right now, again, I think I've kind of mentioned this already. It appears that we're in a larger kind of consolidation range. The reason I say that is that I can contain price in a somewhat of a triangle pattern here. Okay. All right. So we can see here that we're in this kind of consolidation range in the gold market. Okay. So while we're in this consolidation range, obviously we can focus on the edges of the range. Okay. So we had some reversals off the bottom edge of this triangle pattern. Okay. So we can continue to, I guess, lean on that to some degree, and continue to, look for opportunities to the upside until maybe we get to the top end of this triangle pattern. Okay, I do see that it appears that at least with this developing candle, that we're beginning to start to challenge some of these structures that could lead us to higher prices in this market. Okay, maybe as high as some of these highs here from middle of December, back up to 2750, 2760. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on the daily chart. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. Okay. So we're going to look at it from a 4-hour perspective. Again, we see that we've had kind of a series of candles here since the start of the overnight session. Okay. So we've been kind of steadily climbing here, and then we had a strong bullish candle to the upside here. Okay, so we're kind of challenging the highs here at this point. On the next kind of series of candles here, well, when we drop down a time frame, we'll take a look and see exactly some of our indicators are telling us. But right now, we can see that we're challenging this level here at, say, I'm just going to call it 2680. Okay. So if price does make it above 2680, I'm going to say that, looks like we're maybe in store for maybe a move to the upside in this market. Okay. You can see that 2680 has served as an area for reversal in the past. Okay. Price ran through it, came back, respected it, and fell. Now we came back to it again and fell. Okay. Now, is this going to offer us yet another opportunity for a failure? We'll have to wait and see. Right now, looks like we want to challenge it. We didn't go as far to the downside this last swing as we did before, so that could indicate that maybe there is some sort of momentum to the upside. Okay. All right. Looking at the 30-minute chart. All right, 30-minute chart. Okay, we're above some of the levels that we care about. Okay, we're above our 233-day EMA here on the orange line here. We're above our daily VWAP. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and draw in our anchored VWAP here right at the start of London. Okay, so even the start of London session based, we're in an upside move in this market. Okay. We're going to go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile just to get a sense where price is with respect to value here. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll go ahead and locate the 8:30 candle here, Eastern time. We'll go ahead and drag that across to the 4:30 candle, and here we are at the. You can see that price is at above our value range from yesterday's trading. Okay, again, another indication that maybe that the bulls are very much in control of this market. Okay, so this is our value area high. Okay, value area high. I'm just going to go ahead and label it value area high. Okay, obviously this will serve as a good area. This is an area of consolidation. If price comes back anywhere in this area here, this would be kind of a good area maybe to look for a continuation trade to the upside. Okay, this value area high zone. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and add to this chart our levels. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and locate our levels here. So let's do that. Okay, first level that we're going to add here is our ADR zone. All right, so this ADR level we've already exceeded for the day. And we're going to go ahead and open up, if we can find it, our ASR level. Okay, that's been exceeded for London. I'm going to go ahead and move this to New York, but New York technically has not. Yeah, so we'll leave it at London for now. Okay, New York equity session has not opened. Okay, so we'll leave it at the London session. So in any case, we've exceeded our average ranges. Okay, again, another indication that we could be in some sort of sustained auction to the upside. Okay. Okay, we could be in some sort of sustained auction to the upside. Now, how far can this go? Well, like I said, I mentioned before, we have this 2680 level. Okay, that's going to be something that we need to alert ourselves with because we've had some rejection of that area in the past. We also have some prior average session and daily ranges at that level. Okay, so that this level 2680 could serve as an area of resistance, and then if we do manage to get above that, I would say that we have a reasonable chance of getting back to 2,700. Okay. So let's go ahead and add our price levels here. Okay. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll talk through that a bit and then we'll move on to another market. All right. So here we are. These are our price levels that will, and when I add these price levels are basically areas that could be used as targets for price or areas for maybe potential reversal in price. Okay, so like we were talking earlier, we've already exceeded the ranges. Okay, so now these ranges, this average session range high or this average daily range high, well, now since they've been exceeded, they can be used as areas for potential pullbacks, right? To support a continuation move to the upside. Okay, that's kind of how I use these levels once they've been broken. Okay, so that right now I would say that outside of this 2680 level, which could offer us a little bit of a pullback, I would say that 2665 would be a nice area to maybe participate to the upside. We'll have to see and maybe even trail maybe this average anchored VWAP and daily VWAP. That could also offer us some opportunities. I'm going to go ahead and open up initial balance. I suspect that the initial balance is relatively wide here. So we'll go ahead and open that up. Okay, so there's our initial balance range. I assume he's going to open up here in a second. We'll go ahead and use the regular day session. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so relatively narrow range that's being formed at the moment. Okay, so again, I'll be looking to see in what direction this initial price will take us through initial balance. Okay, if initial balance breaks to the downside, well, we could use that as an opportunity, maybe for a pullback trade to ASR high, or maybe as low as maybe the top end of the value area range at 2657. If we break price to the upside, then we want to use the top of initial balance as an area maybe to participate in the market to the upside. Okay, so those are a couple of areas that I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be watching to see in what direction does the price move outside this initial balance range. Okay, with very aware that we are kind of on the top end of the range here at the moment. Okay, top end of the range, understanding that these areas here could offer us a little bit of a reversal in price. Okay, so that's something to be cognizant of. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the gold market. I'm just checking to see if there's any comments being made by anyone. I'm not seeing them. So we'll go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. Okay. So like I said, right now I'm going to be, I guess more focused on maybe some opportunities to participate bullish in this market. Okay, but I can't really participate bullish in this market at the highs. Okay, I need some sort of pullback to some sort of known level, some sort of reference level that I can use and lean on to support my trade. Okay, otherwise, I would probably be better served from a risk perspective to look for a short, even though it may not be a sustained short. The risk on that would be far less since we're kind of at the top end of the range. But I have to pick a good location for that as well, right? So this 2680 level seems to be a logical level for that. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and remove these levels because they're not accurate anymore. We're gonna shut down some of our indicators here for a bit. And again, just taking a look at this from a kind of a little bit of a macro kind of view here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and look at this as from a daily level. Okay. And so here we are. So you can see that price of late has broken some structure to the upside. Now we're at this 233-day EMA. Notice how price has kind of stalled in this area. Okay. Price has kind of stalled in this area, right? So again, we had a little bit of we had price reached our 233-day EMA. It stalled for a bit, and now we're again developing a bullish kind of candle here. We won't know for another number of hours here on how this current candle is going to close and whether it's going to close bullish or not. Okay. So the daily is giving us indications that the market wants to head higher. We've come to a point where we've kind of reversed away from in the past. Okay. Right. You see here, every time we've reached the 233-day EMA, that has led to sell-offs. Okay. Now the question is that going to happen this time? Right. Is this going to be an area where price sells off? Well, it did make an attempt, but that attempt has so far been short-lived. Okay. Looks like we're and on the contrary, it looks like we're kind of building up some steam for an additional move to the upside. Okay. Looking at the 4-hour chart. Okay. 4-hour chart, we can see that we're starting to make a series of higher highs and higher lows. We've broken some structure here to the upside, indicating that maybe there is some momentum behind this move. Okay. This was kind of a large candle here on Monday, kind of maybe shook out some weak buyers. Okay. But now it seems like we're trying to maybe pick up some steam here. Now, I would say that 75 is our kind of new resistance level. Okay. So we had some sellers come in at 75. Now the question is, in order to maintain this bullish structure to the upside, we eventually need to get above 75 and hold. Okay. If we have, or the participants are serious about their intentions to take crude oil higher, and based on this 4-hour chart, it does seem like they're serious about doing just that. Okay. All right. Looking at the 30-minute chart. Okay. So 30-minute chart, here we are. We're above some of our levels that we care about. We have price above our 233-day EMA. We have price above our daily VWAP. If I go ahead and open up my anchored VWAP, I'll probably open it up right around the start of London, and then we're above that as well. Okay, so everything for now is indicating that maybe there is further opportunity to the upside. We have a nice developing kind of I don't know, flag pattern, I guess, or a bearish flag of some sort, right? That is developing at the moment. Okay. So this could offer us kind of an opportunity if we happen to break and hold above it for a move to the upside. Okay. Won't open up initial balance because the market hasn't opened yet, but I will open up fixed range volume profile and get a sense for where we are in with respect to the yesterday's session. Okay. And you can see here, we're right smack in the middle of value. Okay. Right smack in the middle of it. Right. So when we're in the middle of value, that is an indication that maybe we're going to be spending some time in range today. Okay. We need more evidence to indicate that this is going to move into a trend, because right now we're inside value. No one's really in control, okay, of the market. Although I would say bulls of late have kind of tried to maybe taken the baton here for a bit. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and open up our ADR and ASR levels here. So this is our ADR. Okay. So we've already reached the ADR. Our average daily range high has already been reached. average session range from the London has already been exceeded and now is being used as kind of an area of reference for maybe potential further upside move in this market. Okay. Notice how it came back to the top of average session range high and now is kind of working its way to the upside. Okay. Now I would say that in order for this really to be sustained, I would say that we need to get above this high here at 74.20. Okay. Or maybe even staying above 74. That's kind of a logical number here. If we manage to stay above 74 and get above 74.20, I don't see any reason why we can't get back to the highs of Monday. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the crude oil market. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and add our reference levels here, just like we did before with the gold market. Okay. We're going to add our levels here. Go ahead and add these here to the right. Okay. So these are levels. Okay. So these are our levels that we're tracking. We have the value area high. We're going to go ahead and extend this line over. Okay, so that's going to be an area of importance. Okay, this area right here, if we are in range, probably are not going to exceed. Okay, we're probably going to, reverse away from it. Okay, if we remain in range. Now, if we start to get maybe say move into a trend, then chances are we're going to get price to break above 74.40 or 74.45, hold, and then we can maybe make another attempt at 75. Okay. All right. So these are kind of the things that I'm kind of looking at in this market. I would say that right now, for me, it appears that the market wants to head higher. Okay. And now I'm just kind of would say I'm kind of waiting, one, for initial balance to establish, two, to see if I get a break of this channel to the upside. I can use this level of 73.87 or below that level of 73.87 as an area for my stop. If I do get the event that I'm looking for, price event I'm looking for, and we get above 74.20, then I would say that we have a reasonable chance to get to the highs of 74.47 and possibly to the high of Monday. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the crude oil market. We'll just go ahead and continue with our session here with the equities now. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and review the equity markets and take a look at what the NASDAQ is telling us. Okay. So looking at the daily chart, you can see that we have kind of an indecisive candle so far for the day. It does appear that we're in kind of this bearish flag pattern of sorts. Okay, so we have this kind of pattern being established here. Now, if we are going to follow this pattern, then the feeling is that once we get to the top end, then maybe we make another leg to the downside. Okay, to continue this pattern. Okay. We'll have to see once we get to, I don't know, 21,805, okay, or 850, 859, somewhere in that range, okay? Are we going to break the channel to the upside? If so, then we might see another leg. Maybe we start to see maybe 22,000, certainly 400 comes into the picture, 22,800 starts to come into the picture, okay? Because we are in somewhat of a bullish direction at the moment. Okay. We just happen to be in some sort of what appears to be a consolidation area right now. Okay. All right. Moving on to the 4-hour chart. Okay. 4-hour chart is kind of building some value here. Okay. Higher. Okay. So we see that price is up above our VWAP, up above our EMA. And if I had the maybe visible range volume profile here, I suspect we're above that as well. So you can see that price is working its way to the upside. We're kind of getting into these low volume nodes, which could accelerate price to the upside. Okay. But we're about 30 minutes or so away from the open of the market. So for myself, I'm going to be waiting for that to take place. And I guess I get confirmation that the price is indeed going to stay above this value area, right, and head into these low volume nodes, which should cause price to accelerate to the upside. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the 30-minute chart, and we'll take a closer look at some of these things. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn off visible range volume profile here for a minute. I'm going to compare, I'm going to look for the fixed range volume profile and compare the current price action with yesterday's kind of movement. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and locate the start here. That's not it. Let's see which we got this right about here. Okay, so this candle here, all right, we're going to drag that across to the close. Okay, so we just are entering inside the range, inside the value range from yesterday. Okay, all right, so this is just double confirming that I got the start here correct. Yeah. Okay, so we're just moving into the value area range from yesterday. Okay, so we could see a full rotation. All right, full rotation through value. Okay, that's kind of, I guess, would be considered a little bit of a value area acceptance play. Okay, in this market. All right. If we do break above, let's say 21,795 and hold, right? Then I would say that we have a reasonable chance of getting to the other side of value, which would make for a very nice trade in the Nasdaq. Okay. All right. Let's see here. What else do I want to add here? Initial balance is not yet up in play. We have our average session range that could be seen as a target here at 21,925. I'm assuming that we have ADR above us as well. Okay, so a couple areas for targets for this potential move. I'm going to go ahead and add my anchored VWAP here around the start of London, right about here. Okay, so again, we're seeing some evidence that maybe there is something to this move to the upside. Okay, price is above our anchored VWAP from London. This price is above our daily VWAP. And we're starting to break some structure here to the side, left side here. Okay, if we are able to maintain above these prices, again, we can see price head back up to value area high. Okay, which I'm going to go ahead and draw in. Okay, this is our value area high area that could be seen as a target for price. Okay, that would be a reasonable target for price for this current move. Okay. Market is about 25 minutes away from opening, so we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, because the opening of the market could add some volatility here. We probably want volatility to settle here, and then maybe entertain such a trade. Okay, all right. My preference would be to get a trade that's maybe a little bit closer to VWAP rather than the top of the markets, because I'm always a little gun shy when it comes to breakout trades. Breakout trades often fail. Okay, so I would probably be looking for something that would cause a little bit of a pullback, right? Maybe back to the top of this level here, and then that would offer me a logical location for an opportunity to the upside. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our levels to this chart. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our price levels that I pulled off of this chart or off this market here. So here are the levels that we're tracking. Okay, these are not just levels for targets, but also levels for potential opportunity areas for reversal in price. Okay. All right. So those are our levels. Not much more to say here. Like in the equities market, it does appear that it wants to head higher. Okay. And as long as price stays above this anchor VWAP and daily VWAP, I would say that that's kind of the view that we should maintain. Okay. Moving on to the ES here. Oops. Okay, we're just going to take a quick peek at the daily here, but I suspect it's going to give us the same kind of information that we were seeing. So price is making another leg higher in an otherwise area that seems to be kind of consolidating. Okay, So I don't know if that was evident in the Nasdaq, but I suspect so. Okay, I'm starting to see that maybe there is some sort of, kind of descending triangle pattern that's establishing here. Okay, so the question is, are we going to stay in this triangle pattern? If so, then we'll probably rally up to 60.75 and fail. Okay, if we are going to sustain this move that we're seeing, then we're going to break above this and start to challenge some of these highs. But first things first is, can we get above this, the top line of this descending triangle? Okay, so I'm looking at 60.75. Maybe as an area for an opportunity to the downside. Okay, um, for our chart. Okay, we're starting to again see price action break. Okay, so we have structure broken. We have this. This is our value range from Friday. Okay, so price continues to make its way to the upside. We're going to go ahead and compare this in the 30-minute chart, not at the moment, but you can see that price is above value. So that indicates that there is a fair amount of momentum to the upside. Okay, in this market, we're starting to break some price structure as price is moving higher. Okay, we got a little bit of a pullback here in the overnight trading. London came on board and felt that maybe this was a good location to participate potentially to the long side. Okay. All right. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay. So we hear our series of candles here. We're going to go ahead and remove this demand area. Okay. You can see that price is above our daily VWAP. Okay. And above our anchor VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and add London here. Okay, so there's London. So price is above both those VWAPs. So again, we're kind of reaching that same conclusion that we got to with NASDAQ. Okay, as long as price remains above our anchored and daily VWAP, there's probably a little bit more upside to this market. Okay, looking at this, we can certainly get back to the highs of Monday, maybe back to this average session range high that I have identified here. Okay, and maybe even as high as above the recent highs from Monday. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and add our levels. This is technically the last set of price levels I have. I don't capture levels for all markets. These are the main levels I track for these markets, these four markets here. Okay. These are our levels. And again, these levels can serve as areas not only for targets in price, but areas maybe where price could potentially reverse. Okay. So our levels right now, it appears that we need to consider looking at the market in more of a bullish kind of view. Okay. I would say I was kind of looking at this. Certainly this 60-70 level is probably an area that we want to pay particular attention to. Okay. That's where we sold off last. Okay. But I think I don't really see anything that stands in the way of ES heading higher. Okay. Um, based on this chart here. Okay. So the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my fixed range volume profile. I'm going to check and see where price is in relation to yesterday's pricing. Okay. And we can see that we are inside value. So the fact that we're inside value is, again, kind of a marker for range price action. Okay, so we could certainly can stay in range here. Okay, I suspect that we'll probably retest 60.51. Okay, and that 60.51, we could do one of two things. We could either reverse away from it, okay, or break above it and maybe move into some sort of trend. Okay, so this value area high is an important level for me. Okay. All right, that level right there. And there's probably going to be a lot of eyeballs on that 60.51, 60.50 level. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on the ES. We have our levels. So we're going to go ahead and move into our last market of our session, and that is the YM. Okay, we're going to look at the Dow, and we'll call it there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove our drawings here. We're going to leave our ASR and ADR. We're going to just take a peek here at the daily. And again, the daily is also telling us similar kinds of things. We have a little bit, it appears to be kind of a double bottom that's been established here, or it could be part of some sort of consolidation pattern that's establishing here. Okay. Nonetheless, it does appear that the market wants to head higher. Okay. We've had a nice, I wouldn't call this quite an engulfing candle, but a strong candle nonetheless. Okay. We had an attempt to go higher. That was met with some sellers, and the buyers have come back, and looks like it wants to make another attempt at this. Okay. The important level on the daily chart, I would say, is this 43,000, let's say 720 level. Okay, that's a relatively important level here, or 715. Okay, that's a relatively important level because that will determine whether or not we stay in range in this market. Okay, or we start to move into some sort of trend. Okay, this 43 715. Okay, if we come up to it and fall off, that's an indication that we're some sort of range kind of price action. If we are able to make a new high, then that is an indication that maybe we are in the midst of some sort of move to the upside. Okay, and that holds true for both sides, right? So we could easily also make a case here for 42,679. Okay, are we going to stay in range? Okay, right now, when we got to 42, 670, that we've gotten some buyers to kind of step into this market. Okay, now the question is, are we going to stay in this range between 42,680 and 43,715? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. And if we do, we can just play the ranges. Otherwise, we're going to get a price break in one direction, at which point we can move into a trend. Okay. Now, looking at this, you would think that maybe the downside is kind of what we're kind of looking at here. This seems kind of a little bit of a sloppy mess here when there's a lot of overlapping candles. Really, is not telling us all that much in the direction that it wants to go, and that's usually an indication of range of kind of price action. Okay. So we're just gonna add our level. We're gonna just add our markers here, guys. We're gonna go ahead and move down to the 4-hour chart. Take a look at the 4-hour chart is saying. Okay, 4-hour chart is starting to maybe create a little bit of a demand zone here off of ADR low. Okay, this is our ADR zone, average daily range low here. This seems like it's creating a little bit of a demand area here. Okay, on the 4-hour. I would say that 43,400 is an important level. Okay, it's just kind of further refining our view. Okay, 43,400 is an important level. If we can get above that, maybe that will kind of be the area that we need to hold in order to generate maybe a trending environment. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, looking at the 30-minute chart, we're going to go ahead and add our ASR and ADR. Well, those are in place. Okay, price is above our daily VWAP. Just managed to get above our EMA 233-day EMA. And then we're going to go ahead and add our anchored VWAP here to the bottom of the chart here. There's our anchored VWAP from London. That's also indicating that maybe there's some further upside move in this market. Now, I really don't see anything that stands in the way of a move back up to, I'm assuming that's going to be value area high. I'm assuming that we're in some sort of area of value here. So we're going to go ahead and confirm that now. Okay. And so fixed range volume profile, we're going to go ahead and locate the start of Monday, which was back here somewhere, right about there. Drag that across to here. All right. And yeah, we just entered some sort of value area. Okay, so it's not unreasonable to expect that we could see a full range or price traverse through the full range of value. Now, what's standing in its way? Well, we have point of control, okay, here at 43,279. And then we have some average daily range exhaustion and average session range exhaustion here in the midst, okay? What would be more reasonable, I would say, is that, or I guess maybe more likely, is that we come up to one of these levels and maybe falter, okay? That's kind of what I'm thinking right now, right? With all the overhead pressure that we're seeing here. So one of these two ranges, okay, up here, okay, causing some sort of price to kind of falter, okay? So that would be kind of my, maybe if I was bullish now, that would be maybe some reasonable areas for targets. We have our point of control, which could serve as an area for maybe for potential reversal in price, or at least price to stall. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much it for me, guys. Just wanted to kind of remind everyone this current session is a complimentary session. We are doing this analysis behind a membership wall these days, so I'm providing this as a courtesy, as a glimpse to some of the analysis that I do pre-market. But we are already behind a membership wall for this kind of analysis going forward. Okay, so if you wanted to understand a little bit about who we are and what we do, well, I'm going to kind of direct you to portal here on YouTube. Okay, so let's do that. Let's capture this on recording at least, so that people can at least understand what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish. So we're going to go view our channel here. Okay. And see if I can find my join link. Bear with me, guys. Okay. All right. Let's walk through this, guys, just so folks can understand the portal here a little bit. All right. Let's redirect this. Just guys, I just want to kind of use the rest of the time here to kind of talk through the various levels again. There's obviously, it takes a bit of an investment and time to do this analysis on a daily basis, and as a result, we've kind of created for ourselves some membership levels. Okay, so we have the market trader starter level. Okay, this will make available these kind of sessions that we're having, but in an offline way. Okay, so you'll be given access to the recordings of these sessions. Okay, but you will not be able to participate attending these sessions live. Okay, which allow you to ask any questions you have of me, of the market, and such. Okay. The first membership level that would allow you to do that would be the Market Trader Plus. Okay, so the Market Trader Plus would allow you access to these live analysis sessions. I'm also going to expand these sessions to education. Okay, so the Market Trader Plus series would give you access to live analysis, live education. Okay. And then the last one here we have is the Market Trader Pro series. Now, the Market Trader Pro series provides you everything that the Starter and Plus provide. Plus, it does allow you to attend live trading sessions with me. Okay, so where I go maybe once or twice a week, and open up my platform, invite the Market Trader Pros, and folks would be able to witness, me kind of dissecting the market and looking for opportunities live with you. Okay, so those are our three membership levels. Okay, again, can't emphasize enough that thankful for those who have got me to where I am right now. But obviously, there's a continued investment that needs to be made, and to do that, I need everyone's support to make that happen. Okay, so we have some what I would consider very nominal monthly prices here to support that. I would consider it. If you found this session particularly helpful in your analysis and review of the markets, I would consider that as an option, at least as a market starter to start, and that will provide you offline access to videos and education and live analysis that I've done. Okay. And then the others, as I mentioned, the Market Trader Plus would obviously give you live access where I'm kind of reviewing this information, and you can interact with me on the analysis education front, or even on the, if you entertain the Market Trader Pro, then even on trades themselves. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for me, guys. So just wanted to kind of close off with this, since this was a kind of open to a public kind of session. So I wanted to encourage you guys to consider maybe some memberships, because this analysis is behind a membership wall for this platform. And if at minimum, okay, if you found this analysis to be helpful, don't be shy, at least with the hitting the like and subscribe, making a comment or two, letting everyone know that the analysis was helpful. Okay, in your review of the markets today. Okay. All right, guys. So with that, we'll leave you with the following: trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys. Have an excellent day trading, and hope to see you soon. Thanks again.